Tatra Wagonka Poprad. Introduce Shimmns HSS.
My name's Jan Waligurski, and I'm working for company Tatra Wagonka Poprad as a senior project engineer. We are coming from the very heart of the Europe, from Slovakia. Our firm is situated at the foot of the beautiful mountains, High Tatras.
Tatra Wagonka has more than 80 years of tradition and great experience in repairs and production of freight wagons. This fact can be seen from 111,000 freight wagons and 120,000 bogies produced. 2,300 employees will produce 1,500 freight wagons and more than 6,000 bogies. This represents a meaningful share on the freight wagon market in Europe. Simply, we connect the world by quality.
An important success of our company, which I would like to present you today, is the development and production of the wagon for the steel coils transportation.
The will and interest of all the participants of the project of production of these freight wagons, SSAB Swedish Steel in Sweden, AAE in Switzerland, and Tatra Wagonka AS in Slovakia. These companies were there at the very beginning of the process of utilizing high-strength steels in their construction and improvement of their usable qualities. The process of gradually implementing these steels, realized in 3 phases, has brought significant results. First phase, fixed overarms. We reduced weight by 90 kilograms. By this we achieved improvement of working conditions and conditions of service when loading and unloading of the freight wagons. There's also lower fatigue of service staff, less injuries, and smoother work with overarms. Second phase, front wall. We reduced weight in the amount of 175 kilograms per freight wagon. We were able to improve the conditions for tightness of joint between adjustable cover and front wall, with the result of decreased firmness of front wall when bending. Third phase, underbody and beds. Here we also reduced weight significantly. 400 kilograms on the skeleton of the underbody and 250 kilograms weight reduction on beds. Moreover, we have simplified the construction. In this slide, we have a 3D model of the construction of the freight wagon itself. Before each phase, there was a precise analysis of the construction, with the aim of finding the possibilities of exerting Domex high-strength steel with the yield strength reaching up to 650 megapascals. One part of analysis focusing on the firmness and durability of the construction was the most important, however. The freight wagon is determined for international operation, and therefore it must fulfill all the requirements according to valid international regulations. These, however, do not consider such high yield strength. It was therefore very important to define the conditions of the use of Domex steels so that they would be acceptable in the framework of existing legislation.
It was successful, and the results of the strength analysis confirmed our expectations.
Weight reduction and increase of wagon load are not the only result of our work. We are very pleased by the positive response from those for whom this weight reduction of fixed overarms greatly simplifies their demanding everyday work. Simpler and quicker reloading, reduced risk of strain injuries, and more efficient work.
Let me now introduce you Mr. Krakowski, who was charged with planning and production of the parts and subgroups of the wagon and mounting of the subgroups and the wagon itself.
The production of the prototype we can divide into the following 5 stages. Nomination of project team. Plans of production, wagon sub-assemblies. plan of production wagons detail, production of details, and assembly and welding, sub-assemblies, and wagon.
With the proposed continual and effective running of the production, management decided to create a project team to reach the production of a prototype in a very short time and in the high level of the quality at the head of the project manager.
Nomination of project team. In any successful project, there is always a good team which stands behind it. Among the members of this team are a technologist, a constructor, a sales manager, a controller, and a supplier. Plans of production, wagon sub-assemblies.
The setup with a plan for daily production of some assemblies was very important. There was necessary to harmonize a production of prototype with production with standard wagons.
The other necessary step was specification of non-standard sub-deliveries to ensure deliveries in time. Plan of production, wagons detail.
Production of details was done in a special mode with the high requirements for early movement between production halls.
The machining of Domex steel was done with special power tools. The next necessary step was to ensure the production of sub-assemblies. Assemble and welding, sub-assemblies in wagon. Assemble and welding was done at the same workshop used for production of standard wagons of the same type, so that we could use all the practical experience of our workers.
The production process was running from the beginning to the end with participation of project team's members. Some small construction modifications discovered during the production were done.
For example, it was necessary to integrate 8 technological ribs for holding the size of the frame.
The result of our labor we can see by our eyes.